Welcome to A Song of Ice and Fire Symposium. My name is Nav, and my pronouns are they, them.
And my name's Harmit, and my pronouns are Hershey, like the chocolate.
And this is A Dance with Dragons, chapters 14 and 15, Tyrion and Davos. In these chapters, we hang out with some turtles and eels. Welcome to the podcast, everyone. So, Harmit, who died in these chapters?
Okay, wait. Is it wild if I say no one died in these chapters?
I don't think so. I think that is true. Did we hear about any deaths in these chapters?
I don't think so. We heard about a non-death.
Oh, we did hear. Okay, sorry, go ahead. You tell me.
Wait, I might be thinking of the wrong thing, but the one I'm thinking of is that Manderley's son is not dead, but he's a hostage. But we knew that, but
Right.
Davos is finding out.
There's also one of the ship there's that ship that crashed on the
yes.
sister
Yeah.
tons. We learned about the captain.
Right.
We knew that the ship crashed, and so it's likely that the captain is dead because they were having those spices and everything.
Yeah.
But now we get not a confirmation, but we get the guy behind the story.
Get the inside look.
Exactly. We hear about Rhaegar's kids dying again.
Yeah, they talk about that a lot.
They've been dead, so
yeah.
All right.
Which I do have thoughts about, but I will save them for now.
For this episode, though, right?
Whoa, yes, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not
I'm gonna write them in my secret diary and then reveal them in 2050 at a special event.
Oh my god, stop. I should do something like that. I should do something just totally like
a time capsule for the podcast.
Oh my god.
But isn't each podcast episode its own time capsule?
That's true, it kind of is. Especially with how infrequently I go back to them. It really is like a time capsule thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Okay, yeah.
All right.
Wait,
so what did you think of these chapters in general?
Okay, I had a good time, but when I was reading them, I was kind of losing my mind. My brain and my usually if my brain's not okay, my body's okay, and if my body's not okay, my brain is still I'm still same old me, I don't know why I said it like that. I don't know why I said it like I was trying to convince a lover not to break up with me. But
what?
This week, playback, you'll hear it. But this week, I just was like, what the fuck is going on with my mind? And then my body was like, leave, go sleep. And I was like, what? So basically, I was reading, I had to reread these a few times because I kept falling asleep.
Oh, no.
LOL. But I still had a good time because they were pretty short. It didn't take all my brain energy, but it was good. I had a good time. I will say coming off of chapters where so much happened, these were a bit more chill. There was still stuff happening and still stuff that I feel like it was okay, Harmit, pay attention. But they definitely weren't Janos Slint getting killed excitement.
Okay.
But I still had fun, I think. Yeah.
All right. I love how you're Janos Slint and completely overlooking the really just the chapters that we just passed where a whole bunch of revelations happened.
What happened again? Wait, who did we just read?
Reek, Bran.
Yes. Okay, yes.
Wow. That clearly stuck with you.
Okay, this is what I mean. Nobody can ever judge the impact that a thing has on me by how well I remember it.
And also, you weren't even that excited about Janos Slint's death.
That's true. I just was kind of I couldn't, there was, a spot in my brain that I couldn't see, and I knew that was the most recent chapters, but the only reference I could access in that moment was Janos Slint, because I just remembered you being like, this was crazy, and I was like, okay, this is the one I remember.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
So, summary?
Okay, yes. Okay, wait. I'm gonna try. Okay. Tyrion.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, Tyrion, he's like with the people doing the thing. He attends young Griff's lessons. He's like, mighty lessons for just some guy. He plays Sivotch with the half-maester guy, and then he learns that, oh my god, he's in fact a king. Oh my god, crazy. Did anything, we just kind of learn like his routine. He's sleeping out on the deck. We learn a lot of like history stuff about like Volantis, and yeah, I think that's kind of it. Oh, Davos. Okay, Davos. He basically spends the entire time like gathering intel and getting more and more hopeless about this mission that he's been sent on, because he just keeps getting more and more clues that like he can't, like, Manderly's been convinced. He has reasons to go with the, I was about to say to go with the Tywins. We're going with that. And like, yeah, you know, his son's hostage, he's tired of fighting. Yeah, you know, all the things, and he's like, oh, Manderly's probably gonna send people for Bolton, but then he's like, I have to do it.
Why is it that you have to remember, like, you're like, la 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 la, and then I say it's time, and then you all of a sudden start saying things? What were you doing for the last 20 seconds? Just dallying about.
You know, I feel like this would be really good if I had a time. Well, I guess I do have a time. I could have a timer that I was looking at, because I have my, like...
That's the timer I look at. I just look at our timer.
That's
like
true.
Our recording thing.
Okay, but okay, but I'm looking at you, you know? Because sometimes I need to look at person to think. So maybe in the future, I'll try looking at the thing, because I do think knowing I'm running out of time would help me.
I should do, like, a clock that's like...
Oh yeah, just, like, all the way around. Just a little...
Except I will definitely hit my mic every time, and maybe it's not worth it.
Right, maybe.
We need, like, a behind-the-scenes person just, like, projecting a clock, like, above my head for you to see.
Nice, yes. Oh my god.
There should be, like, a timer. You know how you can share reactions on Zoom? There should be, like, a set timer on Zoom.
There should. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, let's not get lost in that.
Let's not get lost in the sauce.
So Tyrion, he's waking up on the deck. He is really feeling the withdrawal symptoms because Griff has banned him from drinking ever since he got extra drunk on the first day and was just not throwing up everywhere and not being great company to be around, I guess.
Especially, that's so wild to me, because I'm like, you just got threatened by this guy. Like, Griff literally was like, you're the lowest of the low on this party. If you fuck up, we're done. And then Tyrion immediately goes and gets...
So what are you?
I know, but it just is very, like, it's just another indicator that he is not himself.
Yeah, if scare tactics could cure addictions, no one would be addicted.
I know. You're right. But it just is, like, frustrating, because you're like, Tyrion, he just threatened you. What are you doing, you know? Like, because I was afraid, you know? Like, I don't know about you, Tyrion, but this guy scared me. Like, but I guess Tyrion is kind of also in his, like, slightly suicidal era, so maybe this is just him being like, well, yeah, I'll get kicked off, and then I'll regret it after, you know?
Yeah, who cares? The world sucks anyway.
Yeah.
He's also been stinky and not bathed for this whole time because he doesn't want Septa Lemore to see him naked, which is not a good enough reason to not bathe.
Yeah, so you want her to see you with, like, gnats in your hair, but you don't want to just go shower. At one point,
he, like, changes his clothes, and she's, like, gone away, like, somewhere, like, she's giving young Griff his lesson or something. And he just changes his clothes instead of just being like, I'm gonna take this opportunity to bathe and then change my clothes.
He's like, she's looking out a window, like, sir.
I guess he's like, well, I got dunked in the river, so that counts as bathing? I don't know.
Oh my god. No! That's my bathing for the next 100 days, actually.
Yeah. So there's, Griff is, I'm gonna, like... Every time I want to say Griff, I'm going to say young Griff, and every time I want to say young Griff, I'm going to say Griff. It's just going to happen.
Daddy Griff, child Griff.
Griff is keeping watch. He's the one who takes the Night's Watch.
Oh
Every
my
night.
god. Guys,
Yeah.
he's actually, what was his name? Benjen.
And he's not like, he does the thing because it needs to be done, but he would rather that they be on their way and like navigating the river even at night because he's impatient to get to Volantis.
Yeah.
But there's many potential hurdles in the river that could capsize their boat, so it's not worth it. So like none of the other people are doing it, but he wishes that they would still do it. And this is when Tyrion is remembering how he is banned from drinking wine, and how he had protested that wine helps him sleep. Then stay awake, Griffin replied, implacable. And I could just like, that was a very like visual thing, you know? And I yeah. So Tyrion's not drinking anymore. And a while withdrawal sucks. Hopefully this will be better for him in the long run, you know? Because we can't have him just like drunk all the time. It's not a fun Tyrion. Or the machinations we need him to make aren't gonna be as
right, of course,
as good if he's drunk.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So then Septa Lamore gets up and takes her bath. So Tyrion, well, like if he's got a super crush on her, is constantly like masturbating to images of her. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
And she,
it's like, I dreamed of you again. They banter back and forth.
He wakes up early every day to watch her bathe.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know what? Go ahead, look. The gods made us the gods made us in their image. We should glory in our bodies, for they are the work of God. So,
okay, cute. This was very like, Arianne core.
Yeah, also, like, this is very unlike any other person of the Faith of the Seven core that we've met.
That's true.
They're
Ain't
all
nobody
like,
like
gods
this.
made our bodies to be hidden. No one shall see them. Like, you know, all the sex is shame and shame is sex and all of that. And Tyrion notices that she's not as quote unquote innocent as she appears, because she has stretch marks on her belly that could have only come from childbirth. Which, okay, so there's like a few things about this. First off, people can get stretch marks just from like growing or like gaining weight or other things. So like it doesn't have to be childbirth. But say that like George is saying that yes, it's childbirth. How do you feel about that? Like,
I don't know. I mean, is she young Griff's mom? Is she just like someone else in another, like, cause you know, like it's pretty like, cause at one point even Tyrion goes, but even otherwise it was pretty implied that like Tyrion's like, everyone on this boat has secrets just like me, you know? So like it could be like she's someone else who ended up here, but like maybe she's Griff's mom, I don't know, or young Griff's mom, I don't know.
Right. Fair enough.
But I also feel like if she was young Griff's mom though, there would be more like, that would kind of be like implied a bit more.
Right, yeah.
Maybe? I'm not sure.
That makes sense. Okay, I'll tell you a theory about this. I personally don't really buy into this theory, but people will go crazy if you give them even like a hint of anything, right?
Right, yeah.
So I'm pretty sure the theory is that Septa Lamore is apparently Asha Dane, who is supposed to have like thrown herself into the sea and killed herself, remember?
Oh, okay.
I think she could be somebody like from Westeros that we've heard about in passing, but I don't think she's Ashara Dane. I think Ashara Dane is dead.
Okay. Interesting.
Anyway, I just thought I would share that. I'm sure there's other theories about who she is, but that's the one I remember. So,
okay.
Yeah, she's like past 40 years old. So she is of the era of like Robert's Rebellion, and therefore, I don't know what I'm saying. around that's there, you know. So could be somebody, I don't know.
Yeah.
And okay, so that's her. The other people on the boat are Yandri and what's his wife's name?
Ysilla.
Ysilla. I knew it was with a Y, but I couldn't remember what. So Yandere and Ysilla, they are both Rhoynar, but like Dornish. They're the descendants of the Rhoynar who came to Dorne. And yeah, so that's cool. They're like back on the Rhoyne now. I wonder how exactly that conspired too, right? Like them coming back to a land that's no longer even inhabited by people, let alone their people, you know?
Yeah.
So that's interesting. And yeah. Oh, there's another comment about like Tyrion's thinking about how Septa Lemore has her secrets just like everybody else.
Whoa.
But she's welcome to them. So like that's another like maybe she's somebody. Maybe she's a Shara Dane. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe she's a Shara Dane. Oh my god.
So they're having biscuits and bacon in the morning. And like Duck is there. They all get like beaten off because they're trying to steal the biscuits before it's their turn. It's like this whole thing.
Oh my god.
There's young Griff comes up, wakes up, and you know, he's Tyrion's like, oh, even though he's not fully grown, he would totally get any girl in the Seven Kingdoms that he wanted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Secret Targaryen?
Okay, how
you know how people predict everyone's a secret Targaryen based off of like any secret identity? You know what I've learned? I've learned that I predict everyone's a secret Targaryen as soon as someone tells me they have purple eyes.
Right. He's got blue eyes like his dad, but his look purple in certain lights, so.
And like his eyelashes were as long as any woman's. That's
not a Targaryen.
Hold on, hear me out. Targaryens will like they'll have like the long luscious hair, you know, like the Viserys hair, the Dany hair. Let me grasp, okay? Let me grasp.
All right, so if he's a secret Targaryen, whomst?
Who do I think he is? Okay.
Yeah.
I think that here's my like wild theory of this this reading, okay? Of this session. Okay. So like in Davos's chapter, they make like, and even recently, I feel like this whole book, they've made way too big a deal of like, oh yeah, like Elia's dead, right? And like her kids are dead, right? And like Dany and Viserys are dead. And I just like the way they talked about it in Davos's chapter, I was like, girl, I feel like that guy is a secret target. Like, I don't think everybody died the way we think they did. How many of those people did we actually, like, see die? Can you,
like, instead of being like, this, like, what is real, can you just tell me what you think is real?
Okay. I think that this is either, like, wait, hold on. Can you... Okay, what was Elia's daughter's name? What was her name?
Rhaenys.
Rhaenys,
yes. Yeah.
Okay, and that was the only kid she had, right? Or she had a second kid, but the issue was that she couldn't have a third head of the dragon.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Such a weird...
That's the only way I'm gonna remember that, bro. Okay.
Yes.
Who was her second kid? Was it a boy?
Yeah, Aegon. Like, he's the babe that was, like, his head was smashed by the mountain.
Oh, so that did happen? Because I was like, this is him.
Even in Davos's chapter, isn't that what they say?
They do, but bro, but also, I'm thinking, there's, like, I feel, okay, because my first thought before Davos's chapter, when I just read Tyrion's, I was like, this is somehow, I don't know exactly how, but somehow this is a Targaryen cousin.
Okay.
So it's like they would still be like next in line and like Dany would still want to marry them, all the things.
Sure.
But then after that, I just was like, this is weird. I feel like somewhere along the way, I developed my thoughts further, so let's get to that and I'll tell you if I have any other thoughts. Because I remember writing down like an actual theory, but I just can't recall it right now.
All right.
But anyway, that's basically I'm like, this is some Targaryen bitch, I think. Or my other thought, if that's not
so
in fact
respectful
true
of
and
you.
I'm delusional, if I'm delusional and it's not a Targaryen, it's like, cause, you know, Tyrion's like, oh, he's gotta be a king. I'm like, okay, well, if he's not a Targaryen, how the fuck is he a king? Then I think it's like, you know, like he's like the descendant of like the leader of the Golden Company or something. Like, it's not necessarily that he's like king as much as like he's like leader, royalty, etc. Like, he's still gotta lead his people. You know?
So like Bittersteel was the one who formed the Golden Company.
Mm-hmm.
And
so,
it was like made up of all the Blackfire sympathizers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Maybe
Cool.
it's like a direct.
So where does Griff the Elder fall into all this?
That I don't know. I don't know who the fuck this guy is.
Okay.
So
you don't think he's young Griff's dad?
He could be.
Okay.
I just kind of left him out of my equation.
All right. Okay.
I'll think on that and get back to you.
So they are going down the river. Row, row, row your boat. Or pull, pull, pull your boat.
Yeah.
Gently down the stream.
They are going down the stream, just not quite gently.
Yes. And, you know, they all the people keep warning Tyrion that the river is gonna get, like, huge. And also there's, like, pirates and slave catchers and stuff. And Tyrion's like, that'll be a welcome change. Given that I'm not an escaped slave, I don't have to worry about getting caught. Which I'm like, okay, these people...
You think they're gonna verify your ID? Like, be so for real. Yeah.
Be scared. Like,
yeah.
They're already in the business of selling other human beings. And also, like, if they've heard about Cersei's scheme to make people lords and whatnot, and, you know, like, they might have reasons. We saw in Feast of Crows, any, like, kid or little person was in danger of dying just because they were of the same height or similar stature as Tyrion. So
literally, oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
I also did not just like you're telling me they aren't gonna take all of you if they see, like, you think they're gonna be like, oh, this clear Westerner, we can't take him, like, Westerosi, I guess, like, we can't take him.
Yeah, it was really just, I needed him to be more worried about that than he is.
Yeah. Silly goose.
And then he starts doing cartwheels on the deck.
Yeah. And, throwback to book 1.
Yeah, right? Like, this was like a thing that we had abandoned, but now it's like come back double fold, because now we're getting like a backstory of how...
Now we have lore? That's so
like his
funny.
Uncle taught him tumbling when he was 6 or 7, and he would like tumble his way around the castle. And even Cersei found it amusing, which is like really saying something.
Yeah.
But it was all put to an end when Tywin came back and saw him do it, and he was like, no.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the gods made you a dwarf, must you be a fool as well? You were born a lion, not a monkey. Which... We all know Tywin's like his own baggage about like being laughed at and whatnot. But also there was that thing, okay, I don't remember if we've had this conversation or if recently I've been like going back into like the fandom and like just reading up on random things and just coming across, like reminding myself of things that I knew but don't remember the details of, or just coming across completely new things and being like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I came across the theory the other day that Roose Bolton didn't want to betray Robb, but once Ramsay had burned down Winterfell, he had no choice but to betray Robb. Which I thought is absolutely bullshit, because I think Roose was like betraying Robb before that even happened, and he was completely part of it.
And Ramsay did that in order to get his dad's approval. Like,
yeah, exactly. So like, you know, a lot of things that I'm just like, we're really just making shit up.
We really just say whatever we want around here.
Yeah. But okay, what was I? Okay, So maybe we've talked about this, or maybe I came across this in my travels. But it wasn't. There's something about how George R. R. Martin admitted that he realized that Tyrion, given his like dwarfism, wouldn't actually have the physical ability to do tumbling and cartwheels and stuff the way he's portrayed as doing in the book.
Yeah, I think you told me that.
And that he like regretted putting it in, but I guess I don't know if he said that after the first book or after the fifth book when he had brought it back.
Got it. Yeah.
Like if he regretted it after the first book and then he still went back to it in the fifth book, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
But if like after the fifth book people were like, okay, in the first book it was a one-time thing, whatever.
Yeah.
But now that you've like brought it back.
Yeah, literally 4 books later.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway, all of that.
Funny.
But okay. So it's kind of to go along with this new persona. Oh, I'm sorry, I hit my mic. You'll have to.
Okay. That's all
It's
good.
sort of going along with this new persona he's building. They've got like they're building him like a makeshift motley to wear from the clothes that Illyrio had of like the kids' clothes.
Yeah.
So he can pass as like a jester. So that's interesting. And
yeah, and he loves inventing lore for himself. Like,
yes, like how he was you know, a kid in Latticeport, or right, that's where he
yeah. And then he's like, oh, a mummer's party taught this to me, like, and then I went with them for a while because my family didn't want me. I'm like, what is this elaborate lore?
Yes, and he says like every truth has like every lie has some truth in it, like all the best lies have some truth in it, so he's like picking the spots and stories that he can sort of back up, you know?
Right.
Like if somebody asked me about like a random place in Lannisport, he's more likely to know it because he's been there and known that place.
Yeah, nice.
Which is interesting. Nice. And yeah. So he like part of what he does is like help Septa Lemore sew up his new clothes. But then what his real like job on the ship is writing down everything he knows about dragons. So this is interesting, right?
This is a tall task.
Yeah. First off is like just off the top of your head, tell me everything you know about dragons.
Literally. Me during the long answer on an exam, trying to dump enough info that they're like, she knew what she was talking about, she was just being dumb, you know? Like, me trying to just get any shred of truth on that page, you know? Like,
yeah. So he's like lamenting the fact that he doesn't have access to all the books that he wants. And he's thinking about how he might find some of them in Volantis. But then there's like certain books like Septon Barth's Dragons, Worms, and Wyverns. Their unnatural history. That this book was like burned by Baelor the Blessed, because like obviously every time the tyrant comes into power they gotta burn some books, you know.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? He was talking about how that book is like impossible even to find in Westeros. Like he's unlikely to find it in Volantis. That's what I was trying to make a point of.
But apparently he got to read a fragment of it back in Westeros, but he's like, I don't think I'm gonna get that lucky here.
Yeah. And then there's like a fragmentary anonymous blood-stoked tome, sometimes called Blood and Fire, and sometimes The Death of Dragons, the only surviving copy of which was supposedly hidden away in a locked vault beneath the Citadel. So now, the reason I bring this one up is
this the mission? Was this, I don't know.
Whose mission?
Well, Jacan or whoever the fuck.
Yes. Thank you. I just wanted to say we were on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're thinking. I don't read your mind.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about that. I was like, okay, now we have some indication of something they could have been trying to like steal or read or whatever. And
sorry, just want to make sure I'm not spoiling anything. Okay, yes. Remember how Euron in the last book was like, oh, I had a dragon egg, but I threw it in the sea when I got mad.
Mm-hmm.
And how
you thought
we
that was
also
Jaken's payment?
Yeah, like there may be some dots to connect there,
Mm-hmm.
and it would make sense if Jaken is then in fact looking for dragon related books,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I had to say basically.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, he's uh Hugor, that's like Hugo or Hugor is what he goes by, but also YOLO, which is his like
Yeah, that was
SOC name.
that was confusing for me. I was like,
Because didn't
no.
somebody name him YOLO, and then he was like, yeah, I can be YOLO, but that I sound too Western to be YOLO, so I'm gonna
Right.
like give myself two names.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
some of
God.
them call him YOLO, some of them call him Hugo, some of them call him Hugo. Or like
It is a lot. I'm like, there's too many names.
it's like giving Arya from like back in
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
just all the names.
She's like, I have all these names and yet I'm no one. And we were like, girl, no, you can't talk about this right now. We're gonna cry. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God. Oh, I miss seeing Arya. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
wow.
miss her. I've read like all her chapters that I'm ever gonna, I guess.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. Ugh.
Well, she's
But-
gonna miss seeing you too, because she can't. Not to laugh about like disability, but like
Yeah.
last time we saw her, she couldn't see us because she went blind. So
That's a little unfortunate. Damn.
yeah. Okay.
But I think like my favorite part of this chapter though was just like him like vibing with the other like he's like earlier he watches like Duck teach young Griff like sword fighting and stuff, and like he's like, oh yeah, like he's getting better, like he like obviously Duck's more experienced, but like Griff literally beats him and then like throws him in the river, and then he's laughing and then Duck throws him in the river, like, and it's like a cute little dynamic.
Yeah.
Also, Duck having like 5 names, I was like, shut up. All these
How
characters
does he
have too
five
many names.
names?
He has Duck, and then he has his surname, and that was too many for me. And then he has
not 5 names. That's literally
okay,
2
listen,
names.
there's like 3, because they say like Sir, what's his name? Hold on, Sir Raleigh. But then sometimes they call him by his full name, so then they say Sir Raleigh, and then whatever the last name, Duckfield, I think. Like,
yes.
And then you're just like, bro, I can't have this many names. I'm like, who's Duck? Oh, Sir Raleigh. Who's Sir Raleigh? Like, it's too much.
Well, just remember Sir Raleigh Duckfield, and that covers all of it. Like, it's got the duck in it, it's got the Raleigh in it, it's got the Duckfield in it. Like,
I'll just be like, Sir Raleigh Duck.
Sure. Well, you gotta remember how he gave himself that name. They were in a field of ducks,
yes,
so he was like Duckfield. Like, that it's harder to forget.
Right.
Although Raleigh is a wild name.
Raleigh is like Duck. I do remember Raleigh is the one where I'm like YOLO. Like in my head, Raleigh and YOLO are the same, and then I have to like think about it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, so as you were saying, Tyrion's observing young Griff's lessons. He has lessons with Duck for like fighting, with Septa Lemore to know about the gods and all of that, like theology, and then with the Maester, he's got his, trigonometry, his composition, his language skills, and science and history and all of that, basically. Which is like a good way to like dump a bunch of information for us just in case it's relevant later also.
Right, yeah.
So first off, like, he speaks basically all the languages. Not all the languages, but very many languages, right? So that's impressive. And then...
yeah, they be learning the Volantine dialect.
Yeah.
That's what they're working on.
Right, but also Giscari and all of those. Like...
yeah.
They're working on a lot of languages.
Yeah.
And then he tells us the history of Volantis. Okay, so Volantis broke free from Valyria. They were the first free city. They wanted to be the new Valyria after the Doom, but they couldn't agree to how they wanted to do it. So then they formed like these 2 parties, the Tigers and the Elephants. The Tigers wanted to like basically fight everybody until they seceded to Volantis.
Yeah.
But the elephants were like, no, we're gonna have trade, and that's how we're gonna become a great city. And for the first like century, the tigers won out, and they were fighting, but then eventually enough people ganged up against them that they were like, okay, now that's not cool. And since then, for the last couple of centuries, basically, what's been happening, the elephants have held sway, so it's more of a trade city and less of a fight city.
Yeah. Can you explain some of these fight details to me?
Can you ask specifically?
Okay, yes.
Like, there's a lot.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of, I was like, this is a lot, and I don't know what's relevant, and I don't know what to keep in my mind. Okay, so they captured Lys, and they captured Mir. For a while.
Yeah.
But then they didn't succeed when they tried to get Tyrosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, like, Pentos joined Tyrosh.
Yes, okay. And then also, the Storm King joined them as well. Why did he get involved?
Well, I don't know.
Like, just war?
Well,
everyone trying to be advantageous?
Maybe they had an alliance. Like, we don't know. This is, like, way back when.
Okay. Okay, that's the part where I got lost. Because I was like, wait, is there a reason he's involved? Or is this just, like, war shit? You know? Okay, and then, Braavos provided a Lysani exile with 100 warships. Aegon Targaryen won the dragon, and they rose up in rebellion. Okay, wait. Okay, I know the part I was confused about now. Okay, and now that I've read it again. Okay, so, like, I don't understand what Braavos did.
Oh, they provided warships. It literally says that.
So, like, they were the reason that they were able to, like, turn the tide against Volantis.
I think there was not one reason. I think
right, but like that was part of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Including Aegon coming in with his dragons. Like,
okay, yes. Okay, you know? Cool. Okay. And then that was like, and like, okay, and all of this fighting and all this shit is why the area is called the Disputed Lands. Because that was what they'd be fighting over?
I think so. Like, they may have been called the Disputed Lands before then, or maybe this was the reason they started being called the Disputed Lands.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I don't think you need to stress about this too much. Like, if it's relevant, we'll get more details later. Or, like,
okay, cool.
Like a reference back to, like, you know?
Slay. Okay, yeah, but basically they always, like, they usually have, like, an elephant elected, but an elephant has not been the majority in a while.
No,
of, like, the
opposite.
3 people. Wait, yeah, tigers, oops, LOL.
Yeah,
elephants have only been majority in a while.
From this is that in Volantis right now, the sway is held by elephants, even though they have they have a triarchy. 2 of them are elephants, 1 of them is a tiger. And that's what's been Volantis's like diplomatic policy for a while.
Yeah.
That's all.
Slay.
Okay, so then young Griff, like, this is when it's time for young Griff to like go help with something on the boat. And also, what did you call this? Savage or something?
Savage. I don't remember. Savage.
Yeah.
Savage.
Well, I don't actually know how it's actually called, but I think
Savage.
Once again in the audiobook, which is not ever
it's never a good source, it's just a source.
Yeah. Sivas is, I think, how he says it.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Were you like Italian sizing it with the
Savage? I don't know, I liked my version.
Okay, fair.
Savage, you know?
I guess...
I'm pretty sure that's what I called it. Yeah, Savage.
Yeah. But then when you say Savage, I expect it to end in a CH and it doesn't at all.
Hey, we're used to English not matching what it, you know?
Alright, so, okay. The Maester is good at Savage, whatever. This chess-like game, but not at all like chess. Because we're not really given the rules, so I don't think like we could like take this book and like try to recreate it on our own. I mean, I guess we could and like add our own things, but it's let's just say, well, you know, like fantasy chess. We'll just call it that.
Yeah. Yeah, there is like he's kind of getting suspicious of young Griff. He's like half of the lords in Westeros aren't that intense. Wow, Half-Maester, you've done a good job. Why? I wonder, you know? And then he's like, oh, like, then he's also thinking about how, like, Illyrio's probably just using all these people to, like it's a game of Savage. But yeah, this is where I'm like, okay, sober Tyrion is going back to scheming and, like,
yeah,
you know, figuring out the going-ons.
It's, like, wondrous what your mind can come up with when it's not, you know, just drowned in alcohol. Okay. Yeah. So, a couple things here. So the Maester, he plays Syvas. He's supposedly the one who taught Tyrion, but I think at the end of this chapter, we're like, given that Tyrion wins, it's likely Tyrion knew, and he was really, what's the word?
He was like
hustling.
Hustling. Yeah.
Okay. So it's what I like is that when Tyrion's like, oh, why does young Griff need to learn all this stuff? The Maester's response is, a book can be as dangerous as a sword in the right hands. And this reminded me of Tyrion's quote from the first book, which is, I went and looked it up so I had it correct. A mind needs books.
A whetstone. Or,
no.
Yeah.
A mind needs books as a sword needs a whetstone if it's to keep its edge. So cute. It's kind of like Tyrion being quoted to Tyrion.
Yes. Ugh. I feel like there's probably just like fanfics of them just chilling and like playing Savage and like reading books together about dragons.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they'd be pals in a different life, you know? Where they're not all having fake pals. Identities. No, but like who knows
but, like,
if this
real
is gonna
pals.
last. Yeah.
All right,
they should just kind of abandon their missions and just kind of hang out.
The Half-Maester is like, you are a bad player. You should try to give me a real battle this time. And Tyrion's like, well, you know, maybe I'm just trying to lull you into a false sense of confidence. And this is when he brings up, like, maybe I played the game with Illyrio. And the Half-Maester's like, yeah, Illyrio doesn't play this game. And Tyrion's like, no, he plays the Game of Thrones. Which every time it's, like, said, I just, you know.
Yes.
And this is when he's like, and you and Griff and Duck are all pieces to be moved and sacrificed at his will, just as he sacrificed Viserys. That's interesting. Did he specifically sacrifice Viserys?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, he certainly didn't help Viserys the way he said he was.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what
but
Tyrion...
what does Tyrion know about it?
I have no idea. Like, maybe he... I don't know, maybe because, like, he's seen how Illyrio's like, oh yeah, that... Well, I guess, no, Illyrio's never been like, yeah, Viserys was a dumbass, you know? So I don't even know, like, what he would have... Or maybe he is like, oh, like, he knew that Khal was never gonna get his... Viserys' army, whatever, like maybe Tyrion is just reading it that way, just because, like, it's after the fact.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, so that was like an interesting comment that that stood out to
also
me.
It's so interesting because he doesn't even, this chapter, he totally doesn't even consider himself in all of these things. Like, when people are like, oh, like, we're going by the pirates, it's scary, it's dangerous, he's like, not for me, I'm not an escaped slave. And then here he's like, oh yeah, they are all pieces to be moved and sacrificed, but he doesn't include himself in that count. Like, he doesn't think that he's one of Illyrio's pieces that could be moved.
I think he's like, he might try to move me, but I'm my own piece and I can you know.
Yeah, but like, come on, Tyrion.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so they play the game. They start playing, and Tyrion's like, okay, you know what? If you want to make this interesting, why don't we bet? Why don't we make a bet? And Halden's obviously very confident in his skills.
Yeah.
So he's like, what do you want to bet? Because Tyrion doesn't have any money.
Right.
Tyrion is like, let's bet on secrets.
Oh my god.
And Halden's first like, yeah, no, yeah, Griff will cut out my tongue if I give you any of our secrets.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyrion's like, oh, are you scared that I'm gonna beat you?
Oh
and this is when he's like, no, I am a better player than you. The day you defeat me at Syvas will be the day turtles crawl out my arse. And then we kind of like cut to 3 hours later. And Tyrion's gone to hang out on the deck, and somebody asks where Halden is, and he's like, oh, I think he's taken to his bed in some discomfort. There are turtles crawling out of his ass.
Oh my god, that was funny.
Yeah, and then he just, like, it's Duck that asked him, and he just leaves Duck with that and, like, goes about his way and doesn't explain what it means. But to us, it means that he won, so he got some secrets.
Oh my god.
And okay, well, let's maybe talk about this at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So this is when the Royne is joining with the Noin and getting wider, and they're like talking about how it's, the river and all the things. Yeah. And they pass these ruins, and he realizes it's the city Nysar where Nymeria came from.
Oh my god, our queen.
And then we get, like, more of a history of exactly what, like, it was in Nymeria, left the Royne, and then went straight to Dorne. Like, there was a bunch of other stuff that happened along the way, which eventually... No, actually, that's something I went and looked at. Never mind. That's not in here. It's not a spoiler. But I was just curious about, like, what was it that led her to do it, and what was that all like? And I think she had some beef with Valyria, so she was worried that they were gonna, like, burn her city and her people. So then it's how she left, and then, like, on the way, a bunch of people died, and then they landed on an island, but the island natives were not cool with them, so that they left, and then they landed elsewhere, and then that didn't work out, and then they landed elsewhere, and then eventually they ended up in Dorne.
Oh my god.
Like, when you hear about Nymeria and her 10,000 ships, and you're like, yeah, she took her ships and she arrived at Dorne, that she knew where she was going.
Oh my god.
But it was a lot more of, like, a wandering around to find a home type of thing.
Okay, so Nymeria is just kind of old Dany.
Kind of, I guess.
Like, she's like, yeah, I'm going to Westeros. Instead, she does, like, 50 side quests.
Yeah, but I think she didn't know where she was going. She was just like, anywhere but here.
Right, yeah. Damn.
Okay, so they pass the city, and as they do, they notice that there's so many, like, there's just so many turtles. Like, we haven't mentioned the turtles so far, but, like, every other page there was mention of turtles. This river is just, like, infested with turtles, which I don't know if infested is the right word, but, like, crawling with turtles.
There's a lot, yeah.
Yeah. And then, right at this point, they spot a huge turtle, like, bigger than the boat. Like, that is hard for me to, like, put into actual...
That's horrifying.
It's hard for me to even imagine that.
That's kind of horrifying. That's pretty horrifying.
So, they call him the old man of the river. It's like the guardian turtle of the Royne. And they're like, this is, like, we're blessed. This is a great sign and all of that. And this is when Tyrion is like, yeah, why shouldn't we spot him? Gods and wonders always appear to attend the birth of kings.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay, about this turtle. So the old man of the river, is the turtle kind of like the same as dragons, as like they just never stop growing until they die? So this turtle has lived for so long that he's like larger than a boat.
Right. Maybe. I was wondering, I was like, how many turtles are this big or even close to this big, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's so cool, though. I want to see this turtle.
I don't.
Not like in real life, but like a photo of it.
Right,
you know?
right. Fair, yes.
Yeah, no, I don't want to
okay.
see this in real life. That's nightmare fuel. It's giving giant spiders, and I don't want it.
What are the secrets that Tyrion learned?
I think he learned everyone's identities.
Okay, but what are those? Like, you.
I don't know. Okay. Okay, so like from last chapter, we know that Griff is maybe like a Westeros lord or something, because Tyrion kind of instantly clocked him.
Mm-hmm.
But then if he's a Westeros guy, and young Griff is a king, who is he? Like, how does it work? I don't know. That's why I'm like, is he a Targaryen? But I feel like Tyrion would have.
And why do you think that it's young Griff who's the king that's born?
And not Griff?
Or, like, anybody else on the boat. Like, there's a bunch of people.
Well, he's the one being trained and shit, so I just assumed they were prepping him.
Fair.
To, like, go be a king. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like young Griff is Dany's cousin somehow. Like, he's the real Targaryen we met along the way, you know?
Okay. Alright. What does this mean then? Like, what are we gonna see in the future?
Okay, this is interesting because Illyrio's part of this plot, obviously. But then Illyrio's also part of the Quentin stuff, right? And then Illyrio's... Isn't he?
I don't know. Do we know that he is?
I guess we don't know, but I just remember... God, what's his name? Doran. Wasn't... Or was it that, like,
that
Varys was involved?
Varys and, like, somebody, they made a plot to marry Viserys to Arianne.
Okay, I see. So that was, like, old news.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, like, obviously Viserys dead, so they need to adapt. So this is when he sends his son instead to Dany.
Okay, interesting. Okay, yeah, I guess I'm just kind of curious, like... I don't know, bro, because there's, like, 50 people trying to get to Dany, and I'm so curious what the fuck's gonna happen, and, like, are they gonna get there staggered? Are most of them even gonna get there? Is Dany gonna choose? Is Dany gonna have, like, a battle of the kings? Like, battle of the future kings? Like, what's... Like, I can't even, like, picture this, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, with the people that are concerned here, can we
yes.
restrain our vision to that?
Okay, so, I think that, like, some pirate shit's gonna go down and they're gonna get separated.
Who all separated?
Who all separated? I think, like, Tyrion's gonna get separated from, like, young Griff and Griff, but then, like, he's still gonna have, like, the half-maester or, like, some of the other people. Because clearly, I feel like they're all on this mission for different reasons, but, like, I feel like it's gonna end up being one of those things where it's, like, everybody wants to talk to the queen for something, or, like, I don't think it's just, like, oh, they ended up as companions, sort of thing. Like, I think they all want something from Dany, sort of thing.
Okay.
Like, the same way that, like, Tyrion's like, I'm gonna serve, or, like, whatever, you know?
Yeah, I want revenge on my family.
Yeah, but that's also really interesting, because then, like, I guess they're just, because then, like, why are they letting Tyrion on, I guess? I guess they're like, oh yeah, Tyrion's just gonna, like, go be a helper, or, like, be, like, Tyrion's no competition. He's just some guy, you know? Like, I don't know. I guess it just...
Like, couldn't they just want to support young Griff in his mission?
Yeah, I guess. But, like, yeah, they could. But I just feel like it would be more spicy if they all had their own things. Like, someone's like, my kid's hostage here, you need to help me. Or, like, someone... Like, if they all have, like, their own things, too, you know?
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Alright, let me just think back real quick. Next chapter, is it them getting separated? Is it them getting to Volantis? Is it...
It's them getting separated because of pirates. Oh no.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Davos.
Slay.
Okay. So Davos is arriving at White Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of this chapter is like descriptions of White Harbor, which I really kind of enjoyed. Like, it's been...
Yeah.
Like, George R. R. Martin gets into descriptions a lot, and sometimes I just, like, am like, okay, just, you set the scene, let's get on with it, right?
Yeah.
But this chapter is mostly descriptions, but I still enjoyed it. I don't know, I think White Harbor is, like, unique in its,
Yeah. I think also because, like, it was nice because it wasn't just, like, some place. It was, like, Davos being like, yeah, I was here in my youth. And, like, I remember going to that pub or doing that, so I think it made it more fun.
Right. So he is noticing that since the last time he was here 15 years ago at least, that the city's defenses have been strengthened, so that he's like looking for signs both that Manderley would be willing to support Stannis and also that he wouldn't.
Yeah, yeah.
So every time he sees like warships or defenses, he's like, oh, he's obviously willing to go up against the Lannisters. But then he like hears things and he's like, oh, but he's like really under the thumb of the phrase. Like, it's
yeah, he's very much like, he says, it made me laugh every time he said it, but I think like at least 3 times this chapter he's like, that could be good or bad, depending who he supports. That could be good or bad. And I'm like, oh my god, you little chicken, you little Davos. Yeah. Ugh.
And so White Harbor's got like 2 harbors. There's the outer harbor that's, you know, just huge. Mm-hmm. But then there's also the inner harbor, which is kind of hidden by a wall. Mm-hmm. And Davos is like that, like he could be hiding ships in there and like
spoiler alert.
And eventually at the end when he climbs up all the way to the castle and he looks down, he notices like over 20 warships. So
dude,
Wyman Manderley has been up to stuff.
Manderley be getting manpower.
Yeah, and he's coming to White Harbor on the Merry Midwife. That's the name of the boat that he's on. Mm-hmm. And they're gonna be there for like 3 days, and the captain wants to know like, when are you gonna be back? And Davos is like, if all goes well, I could be back tomorrow. But if it doesn't, don't wait for me. Like, just
oh my god,
just get on with your life, dude.
Dude, yeah. Ugh.
And what I like is that there's so White Harbor, it's the Manderleys, and they're the only Northern lords that worship the 7 instead of the old gods. Mm-hmm. So there's all like there's like a huge sept and all the things of the 7. Yeah. But then also they do still have a godswood.
Yeah.
That's in their old in the Wolf's Den, which is like the old castle. Mm-hmm. I guess, I don't know, whichever Northern lords ruled here before the Manderleys would have lived there. Mm-hmm. But now it's only used as a prison. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Not to be like annoying, but not to be like an annoying
when are you ever not annoying?
Not to be like an annoying like North supporter, but like I was like side-eyeing. I know that like, okay,
they're
like
religious practices
a little bit. Cause I just was like, and like I know they can go do whatever religion they want. I get it, but
that's why I liked that they still have the godswood. Like they could have come in and been like, this is our territory now, and only 7. But they're like, we'll do it both ways, you know.
I know,
it's kind of giving Ned Stark building a sept for his wife in Winterfell, because
yeah,
you know,
that was cute. I know, but I just kind of like, our people are diminishing and it's sad, and I'm like, can someone please go to the Godswood and pray right now? Like, I think if I saw someone praying in the Godswood, I would feel better about this,
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, probably all the prisoners in there are praying to the gods. The Godswood.
That's true. Oh my god.
That Godswood never saw so much business.
That's kind of funny. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Okay, so he's also taking note of all the banners. So obviously, like, the House Manderley sigil is everywhere, but he doesn't see any sign of the direwolf of Stark, but no lions either. So, like, they're not displaying one way or the other. But then he does come across which ship is it?
Lion Star?
Lion Star. Yeah, it's the ship that the Freys were coming on, and he was like, I was really hoping that they died on the way, but I guess not.
You and me both, buddy.
Yeah, so then obviously that's a bad sign. The Freys are here and the ship's here and all that.
Yep.
And then he goes up to like a square, and it's like it's got a fountain at the center that is like a merman, and people are like washing clothes in there and stuff.
Oh my god.
They call the merman Old Fishfoot, and that's the name of the square.
That's cute.
He says that the square was named for some dead lord, but no one ever called it anything but Fishfoot Yard.
Please. Ugh. Don't you love it and hate it when a nickname sticks?
And what's his so he like goes up to an apple seller and is like hey, so what's been going on? Because he notices, so like off the square is the gate to the old mint. I don't know if you remember, Wyman Manderley way back in the day to Rob was like, hey, we got a mint in White Harbor. We don't need southern coins. We can mint our own coins and stuff. So this is like we've heard about this mint.
Okay.
So this mint right now, though, is being used as basically like an emergency shelter for all the people that are running away from the Bastard of Bolton, as he's known as.
Dude. Oh.
And so these are all like refugees, and they don't like have anywhere to go, so they've come to White Harbor, which is like the only safe place they could think of. And I think it's like one of the only cities in the north as well.
Yeah.
Because like
God.
Winterfell like is a castle, and sure there's like a little town around it, but it's not a city, you know?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know how many cities there are in the north.
Right. Yeah. This is really one of the few like big like port vibes we've seen.
Yeah. Actually, that's is this the only people? Is there another city in the north that we don't know about? Is this the only one? Because like even if it's only one of like 5, it's still, or 5 is too many. Like if it's only one of like 2 or 3, it's still pretty significant.
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah, this was kind of nice. I was like, oh, this is sweet. This is when I was trying to ignore the signs of the chapter, and I was just kind of hoping. I was like, oh my god, yeah, like, his son be dying, he's gonna settle down, he's just buying time with the Davos lie that we know ends up happening, I was like trying so hard to gaslight myself, but then I was like, wait, he could just make these people fight. This is not, like, he could just be like, okay, I gave you refuge, now come fight,
Yeah, which is kind of what's happening. So, like, since these people don't... So, the apple seller that he is talking to, that he gets all his intel from, tells him that they don't, they don't have any way to feed themselves. They do what they can. And any boy that stands above 5 feet tall can go join the barracks.
Right.
And once again, like... he's raising men, so this could be good or bad, depending.
Yeah, I was trying so hard to be delusional. Excuse me.
Salute.
Thank you. I was trying so hard to be delusional, and I was like, never mind.
So you think he's raising men for the Boltons? Imagine getting these people who are running from the Boltons to then go fight for the Boltons, which is exactly what would happen in A Song of Ice and Fire. Like, we've seen that happen all the time, like, in the Harrenhal eras of, like...
That is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Anyway, okay, so then he's talking about how, like, is Manderley's daughter getting married? Apparently it's a granddaughter. And, yeah, and the apple seller's like, yeah, I heard that, but his lordship forgot to invite me to the wedding.
Please.
And then he's like, give me back those seeds. I'm gonna use them if you're done eating your apple. And he's like, it wasn't a good apple, but the info was worth the money.
Oh, Davos. Davos, what if it's the last apple you ever eat? Whoa.
I mean, very likely. Yeah, he eats this bad apple and then he goes and drinks terrible wine that he has to spill on the floor to make it look like he drank more.
Oh my god. This chapter, I feel like it's like arc. Like, it was a slower arc, but like, it very much is like Brienne being like, I will fail, but I must try, like, that chapter. Yeah. It's very that, it's like, because I'm Davos, I'm not gonna leave this thing undone. But I've all but confirmed that this might be my doom, Yeah.
I think, honestly, it just might be that I love Davos and his perspective so much that, like, all the things that might annoy me in another chapter, I just find endearing.
You're like, wow, guys, he's so honorable.
Well, yeah, and also, like, oh, look at all his descriptions, and, like...
Yeah. I see.
I don't know. There's like a consistency with Davos. He never lets me down. Like, even Jaime, whom I love, but like Jaime can be real problematic at times, but like Davos is just like Davos.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I just love him so much, and I just need more and more of his chapters. Like, can this whole book be his perspective, please?
Please. No, I'm sorry. I would get bored so quick. The reason I like Davos is like other characters, like, we see him like once every at the most we see him once every 100 pages. All
right,
whatever. If we saw him all the time, I'd be like, oh my god, no one cares, shut up. Like, I would be so annoyed with him if we saw him all the time. I think
I doubt it. Well, at least I doubt it. I doubt that I would feel that way, so I don't care how you feel. Okay. So he then leaves the square and is, like, looking for a place to go, and he passes all, like, the well-known, like, the good establishments. He ends up in a Lazy Eel. It's a wine sink, and he knows that it's terrible, and he knows that any local person would avoid it at all costs, but the, like, travelers aren't so wise, and he's here for the news, so he's, he's like, that's where I'm gonna go. And also... none of the
guards and customs,
city guardsmen go down there, so he's safe from them as well. Which is very smart. I would have just gone to, like, the place that served the best food and then just, like... but, like, so, anybody heard any gossip? Any tea about the castle? Like, very loudly.
Right. Then they'd be like, can you shut up? Like...
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah. Okay, so he's sitting there. Nope, it's like too early for anybody to have, like, really arrived.
This was kind of funny when you show up too early to the function.
No, but it means that he can find a spot that's, like, out of the way, and he can just kind of blend into the shadows so nobody pays him any attention, so that's good.
Yeah.
But he does... So, but the bad thing about this is, like, the being left alone with your thoughts thing, where he's like,
yeah,
the gods took my sons. What's the point of keeping me alive? And he thinks about how some nights he thought he had been left to rescue Edric Storm, but by now Edric Storm was safe in the Stepstones, which I'm like, we know we sent him there. We don't know where he went and what became of him.
Yeah, what do you mean I know he's safe now? Are you getting daily reports?
No, he doesn't say I know, but by now he's probably safe. Like,
right.
I guess this could be one of those, like, we're just gonna let this part have a happy ending because all the main parts can't, you know?
Right, that makes sense.
But maybe Edric Storm will show up later and be like, you saved my life, now I'm gonna save yours. Like,
right. You know, this book series is so funny because the amount of characters that we're just kind of never gonna know what happened to them.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of wild. That's, like, I feel like that, like, shouldn't, like, I feel like that should be in, like, the constitution of books. Like, you can't do that. Like, there should be, like, a rule book.
Yeah, first rule would be, if you start a series, you better finish that series.
Oh my god, real. Ugh. We should have one
plead the first.
Please. Oh my god. We should have one for shows too, where it's like the network cannot cancel this show before the agreed upon amount of seasons.
Yeah. Well. Okay, so he is getting depressed. He tries some of the wine and then he's like, nope. Immediately, nope.
Oh my god.
And then so people start like coming in and they're like just settling in. And he's hearing a lot of the stuff that he already knows, like Tywin Lannister is dead and you know, yada yada yada, all this stuff. Okay.
Yeah,
the things
Lysa,
that
gossip,
he learns,
Littlefinger, all the stuff.
Yeah, the things that we don't know, or that are at least new to Davos, are that Robert Glover is in White Harbor, also trying to raise men, but he's not succeeding. Apparently, Manderley has turned a deaf ear to his pleas, and he is weary of war. And obviously that's bad. Okay. So the Risewell and the Dustins, also other northern houses, have apparently, like, kicked the North Ironmen out of the Fever River.
Where the fuck is this?
Honestly, I don't know. It's somewhere in the north, I imagine.
As somebody who wanted the quickest, simplest solution, I assumed, is this like, you know when like Euron's people were going, and then they were like, I was about to say hacking. They were like taking over like the sisters and stuff, and like being really destructive. I was like, was this revenge or something? Or has that not even happened yet?
What? Oh, but Euron's people, no. They didn't go to the north. They went way down south to the Reach.
Oh, was that the Fingers, not the sisters?
No.
Is that what I'm getting confused about?
Not at all the Fingers either. No. They were Okay, hang on. It was like the Shields. The 3 islands called the Shields.
Oh, okay. Understood. Got it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the map and
it is the Shield Islands. Oh my god, you're right. Yes, okay.
Well, of course I'm right.
Yeah, in my head, I mixed up the sisters and the Shield Islands. Okay, yes, yeah.
I'm looking at the map.
Oh yeah, Fever River, where the
Fever River is not labeled on here.
Okay, thanks George R. R. Martin for nothing.
Well, maybe I'll Google it.
Okay.
But it's like probably some area that the Ironborn had taken over, whatever. Okay, so that is a thing. Yeah. But also he hears that the Bastard of Bolton is riding south with Hother Umber to join these guys for an attack on Moat Cailin.
Okay, so Umber was the lord we saw him supping with?
There were 2, so maybe one of them, yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. And this guy, Hother Umber, is the one who's called the Horsebane. Like, Horsebane Umber is his nickname.
Right.
And yeah, they're like they're going with like a bunch of people, and like the Hornwoods and the servants have joined them as well.
Okay. Damn. Is Manderley...
And
we don't know. Because the guy's like, dude, Manderley should send people soon. But like...
exactly. Otherwise, everybody's going to be like, he's suspicious.
Yeah.
And other people are like, well, Boltons suck. And then somebody's like, oh, Wyman's fat. Like...
oh my god.
It's very just,
Yeah.
And... yeah, they're like, oh, well, he's just disappointed because his son's been kept hostage.
Mm-hmm.
And Davos had heard that his son was dead, but it's one of his sons is dead, the other is not. And he's like, oh, I wish they were both dead because now the Lannisters have something to hold over him.
Yeah. And he's thinking, he's like, man, I would do whatever. I am doing whatever to make sure that at least my living sons are still gonna be protected, you know? Yeah. And he also makes a little remark. He's like, no one spoke of King Stannis. He's like, oh, no one seems to know the hot gossip about Stannis. And I'm like, bestie, nobody cares, unfortunately, about Stannis or the stuff at the wall.
Which is, like, okay, yes, that's sucks, but it's also weird because like Stannis brought a whole army to the wall.
Yeah, like how did they not?
It is a big deal. I guess the news just hasn't traveled yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's not like they get a lot of traders up at the wall.
Yeah, that's true.
Like they do a little bit at Eastwatch, but not a lot.
Yeah, I guess other than Davos, who has even come south of the wall other than like people settling.
Yeah, like it took Davos whose mission was to come directly to White Harbor this long to get there.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I guess it's also just like, yeah, like you said, like traders aren't necessarily the ones talking about that. Like, for example, we know that like Cersei finds out and like all the things, so like the people who need to, or like the people who have spies find out.
Well, Cersei finds out because Jon literally like writes her a letter saying Stannis is here, but I don't support him.
Oh, okay. I remembered it as like she found out through that other Whisperers guy. What was his name? The weird one, like Qyburn.
I don't think so. I think the letter was what gave them.
Okay, I see. Yeah. John's got to start writing some letters to the news outlets. Like,
okay, I googled Fever River, and it's a river by Moat Cailin. That's all there is.
Okay. So I guess it's just, once again, they're like, we got to get Moat Cailin back if we want our point. Yeah.
Okay. And okay, so Davos kind of gets lost in thought, like, what would I do if I were Wyman? Like, I have sons, I want to protect them. And then when he kind of comes to, all the people around him are talking about dragons now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking about the Beggar King, Viserys, for some reason. And they're like, like, we kind of have to guess from context that somebody probably said, oh, we should bring him back and make him king.
Right.
And some guy's like, yeah, but he's been dead for a while.
Yeah.
And then the guy's like, no, well, that's what they tell us. How do we know it really happened? Mm-hmm. Who's to say? And then somebody's like, yeah, well, who's to say any of these people are dead?
And I took this as, yeah, who's to say anyone's dead? Especially because, do you remember last chapter where I basically said this?
So who specifically that is supposedly dead you think isn't actually dead?
The kid whose head they lopped off?
I don't know if it was a lopping off. Okay, this is very graphic and upsetting, but I think the mountain like smashed the kid's head against a wall.
Okay, wait. Okay. You know when the mountain is fighting the poison snake guy? What's his name?
The Viper, the Red Viper?
Yes. Oberyn. He's fighting Oberyn. And he's like, I'm gonna make him say sorry, whatever. Am I wrong? I feel like they don't even mention the kid. They're just kind of talking about Elia.
No, he says, you murdered my sister's kids and then you raped her and killed her. Like, there's like
it is
he has
involved.
a whole like
Okay.
thing. Hang on. I'll find exactly what he says. But it's supposed to be that, like, oh my god, why are you making me repeat these gory details? That he smashed the kid to a point where his face was a pulp and then raped Elia with that blood still on his hands.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for making me say that.
Thanks.
Try to remember some things once in a while, will
you? Oh my god.
Yeah, Elia Martell, Princess of Dorne. You raped her, you murdered her, you killed her children.
Okay. What if Princess Diana is... Dana? Princess
Who's
Dana?
Dana?
Is there an actual Dana, or was this just them not remembering Daenerys' name?
This was literally them not remembering Daenerys' name.
Wait! Oh, that's funny. Wait, they went for so long with this. Dana, that was the sister. Oh, because they're like, one was Rhaegar's daughter, one was his... Oh, LOL! Oh my god, I was wondering, I was gonna ask you, I was like, who the fuck is Dana? Oh, they just couldn't get the name. That's so funny. Oh my god. Okay,
yeah, so the guys are talking about how, like, Viserys wasn't the only dragon. Are we sure they killed Rhaegar's son?
Are we sure they didn't have any, like, long-lost cousins or something?
I don't know, dude.
I feel like maybe Mad King went mad, like, Rhaegar's sibling ran away, had a child, like, I just feel like there's gotta be unaccounted for Targaryens.
Sure, I don't know if we have heard of any.
Okay. Well. Okay, yeah, but basically this whole conversation just led me down that road.
Okay.
No.
So many things I could say. Okay. So yeah, and then they're like, wasn't there a sister as well? And then somebody's like, Dana, and then they're like, oh no, that was oh, there was a Dana, but it was like way back in the day.
Oh, Dana was old King Baelor's wife.
Yeah.
I see.
And then Davos is the one, Daenerys, who remembers Daenerys. She was named for the Daenerys who wed the Prince of Dorne during the reign of Tyrion II. And yeah, nobody knows what became of her. And this is when some guys like, actually, I know. I was hanging out with the captain or some guy on the Slow-Eyed Maid who was back in the day in Karth, and Daenerys had come to their ship to get passage, but
oh my god, shout
was
out.
turned away because they didn't want dragons.
Oh my god, so long ago.
Yeah.
And then that guy ended up falling prey to the...
Yeah, the Slow-Eyed Maid is the ship that was crashed on the Sister Tens, and the spices from which they were all eating.
Yeah.
Is that a sentence? I'm sorry if my
sentences
aren't sentencing.
No, I think that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
And Davos is thinking about, man, like, if I had just done one of those voyages, in my youth,
instead I'm stuck here doing this.
Oh, yeah. Poor guy, man.
Okay, so with all this swirling about his brain, he goes outside and it's like
there was also like he's now. Like one day when the war is done and King Stannis sits the Iron Throne, like he's like dreaming about all the things he's gonna do, and I'm like, guy, you might die before then.
He's like, oh, retirement.
Yeah, literally.
I'm like, haven't you heard? Nobody's gonna retire anymore.
Yeah, literally. He's like,
no social security, nothing. You can't retire.
Basically, he's like, we'll see these dragons and all the wonders of the world. I'm like, I don't know if you will, Davos.
Well, maybe the dragons will come to him and then he won't have to go.
Whoa. Oh my god.
Maybe Melisandre will raise some stone dragons. And then...
Please. Yeah, he'll see the dragons.
I don't know. He keeps, messing with her plans while all this time they could have been riding dragons. Like,
so true. Oh my god. Yeah, why isn't he letting her kill innocent people? So true.
Yeah.
I also, okay, wait. Going back to the little Targaryen theory, I'm gonna say something wild, and you just have to be okay with it, okay?
No.
So, okay, what if Maester Aemon or their brother, like, Tyrion or someone, what if one of them had a secret kid that we didn't know about, and young Griff is descended from there?
Okay, sure.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think about, like, the direct line, and I'm like, hey, I don't think it was Rhaegar's kid. I feel like we would know. Or, oh my god, wait, no, I have a better theory. Oh my god, Kay. Right before death, like, Elia, I don't know how this would work. Don't think about the logic. Just go with the vibes. Elia was able to give Rhaegar the third dragon, and they, like, went and, like, hid the third dragon away as quick as they could, basically. Oh my god, wait.
Yeah, but when's... Okay, also, hang on.
Timeline?
9 months of pregnancy. You can't just, like, magic that away.
Yeah, what if they tried to keep it under wraps? And then everyone was like, oh, she's so sickly, she's not coming out of her room. But really, she was sickly because she was pregnant. Like I don't know, bro. I don't know what we've heard. I don't remember.
Then what's the point of Jon being the third head of the dragon?
Okay, wait, that's true. Okay, then, you know what? This is like Aemon's or Darion's descendant somehow.
Okay.
Yeah. When we watch the Dunk and Egg series, there's gonna be an unaccounted for, like, offspring.
Okay, remember how those... do you recall just how old Maester Aemon was?
He was like 100.
102.
Oh, so if he had a kid, the kid would be old.
Yeah.
But what if that's like his, like, grandchild? Like, what if Griff was his child and then, like, young Griff or, like, great grandchild?
Okay.
You know?
All right, sure.
Okay.
Okay. So he is like, I've heard enough.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna go up to... I have to decide what to do.
Yeah.
And he, like, reaches up to where he kept his fingers in his pouch, but he remembers that he lost them in the Blackwater, which, again, he's like, I've lost my luck.
If you're right, if Davos is one thing, he is consistent.
And he's like, I can go and make a futile plea to Manderley, or I can go to Sisterton, or I can go back to my wife and kids, or I can go back to Stannis and tell him that there's no hope here. Like, what all should I do? And then he remembers Queen Solis at Eastwatch hosting a feast and all of her people making fun of him for being just like a monkey dressed up as a lord. And he's like, fuck y'all, I am a hand. And then,
yes.
I'm gonna do this if it's the last thing I do.
Yes.
And then he starts climbing up Castle Stair, which is a street lined with stairs, very aptly named, that leads to the castle.
Oh my god.
And at the top, he stops and looks back, and this is when he counts, what is it, 23 war galleys?
Yeah. Oh god.
In the inner harbor, so he's like, ooh, Wyman's been busy.
I need to see Lord Manderley at once. My business is with him and him alone.
Yeah. Okay. So, predictions. How's this gonna go?
I feel like they might just kind of imprison him.
So he won't even get to see Manderley at all?
I think they'll talk to him, and then Manderley will be like, send him down to the dungeon. You know?
Okay.
So, like, he'll go get imprisoned. I kind of know
that happens, because that's the letter that Manderley sends to Cersei.
That's so funny. Guys, I'm so creative.
He came to me, and I imprisoned him. What should I do with him? And Cersei's like, cut off his head, and then he's like, sure thing.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay, so that's gonna happen. This is not gonna go well, as we know. Yeah, I think it's just gonna further be like, hey, my plan was already to go support the Lannisters and the Boltons and all the people, but now I have, like, a peace offering to give Cersei. So this is kind of worst case scenario for Davos, unfortunately. But also, there's a part of me that's like, I guess I'm just kind of thinking about the arc, and I'm like, what's the point of this? Like, is it just supposed to be tragic? Like, Davos's whole arc in this book is just kind of like tragedy. Like, that's what George R. R. Martin wants. Because I just feel like I'm so used to...
Isn't that what George R. R. Martin wants in general?
True, but I guess I'm just used to George R. R. Martin, like, I don't know, I feel like he at least, like, gives us glimpses of, like, see how it could have worked out. And I guess, like, I don't know, I guess I'm just thinking, like, narratively, like, is he gonna pull a fast one on us? Like, you know, he told us in the last book that, like, oh my god, Davos, like, they chopped his head off for, like, Cersei's peace offering, whatever, you know? But, like, is it, like, I don't know, do they negotiate something? Is Manderley gonna be a mole? I don't know, like, is it like Davos escapes, but then Manderley's like, damn it, how did we let him escape? So then he chops someone else's head off in place of Davos, because Davos escaped? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't know, like, I feel like there's gotta be some surprise here, and I just don't know what it is yet, you know?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Or maybe, especially because he's made such a big deal of, like, Davos having been here before, he was first here when he was, like, a wee lad on a boat, he was, like, a little lad, like, just part of a crew. So, like, I don't know, maybe he knows people here that he could go to, like, I don't know.
Right, so say he, like, escapes on the down low, what's he gonna do?
He's gonna go to someone that he knows who can help get him on a ship, but then, like, what's he gonna do? He didn't succeed in his mission, is he just gonna run back to Stannis and be like, hey, I didn't succeed? Like, I don't know, like, maybe... I feel like with how this book is going, I'm like, oh, he's gonna hear about dragons, then he's gonna be like, Stannis should team up with him, and then he's gonna get on the next boat he can to go see Dany, but I'm like, come on, every character can't be out here doing that. I don't know, like, I just feel like along the way of, like, hearing more gossip, or, like, something, he's gonna hear something else he can do to help Stannis, so he might just, like, send a letter and then be on his way. Or, like, send, like, an encrypted letter and be on his way, you know?
Okay.
I don't know who he could trust like that, though, because he just learned how to read, like, so I don't know, like...
Alright. I think that's it for predictions, right?
I think so, yeah.
Alright, 2 chapters next time. Give me your hopes and predictions.
Okay, Daenerys and Bran, because what the fuck, you know?
Look at you wanting Bran chapters.
Yeah, because now he's no longer boring, like...
Well, so we're reading chapters 16 and 17 next time.
Okay.
Chapter 16 is, in fact, Daenerys.
Yay! Okay. Dany, maybe we'll see if she gets her act together about actually sitting down and training her dragons and not just imprisoning them. Maybe we'll get more Yunkai tension. Maybe we'll,
Yunkai tension? Okay.
Yeah. That's the city that's, like, plotting against them and sending people, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, there's also a lot of marine tension in and of itself. There's the whole Sons of the Harpy and everything.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Maybe more people are dying. Maybe she's plotting. Maybe she finally... Because she was going to take those hostages, air quotes, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe she's doing that.
Okay. Well, chapter 17 is Jon.
Yay! Oh my god, Jon and Dany! Okay, Jon, I mean, he just sent his friends off because he's a little dumbass. He be lonely, he be sad, they get attacked, and he needs to deal with it. There's an attack, he needs to deal with Stannis stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot going on.
Whom?
White Walkers. Whoa.
Okay, so they're, like, straight up attacking the wall now?
No. Maybe he needs to... Oh, wait, no, he has to figure out if he's gonna, like, close up the wall or not. So, I think he's gonna be, like, making decisions, and then there'll be, like, Stannis or Melisandre will be like, you need to do this, and he'll be like, no.
Okay. Alright. Well, that's everything then. people listening, send us your emails. Our email is popculturesymposium@gmail.com. Our Instagram is @popculturesymposium. And of course, join the Discord and keep the conversation going. And tell us all the things we say wrong all the time, which is often, I know. And but also, like, recently I had a question for people because I was having a hard time keeping something straight, and people really came through and gave me things that were helpful. So thank you.
Oh, that's so cute. Teamwork makes the
Yes.
dream work.
Yeah. So until next time, farewell, my friends.
Talk to you later.